Hey everyone, this is Andy. I normally do and write for wealthyfantasyfootball.com. I wanted to show you here in regards to branching out into other sports. Right now, of course, is no football season, so thinking about the NBA and how you can carefully, put together and construct lineups. What this feature does here on the draft dashboard is allow you to not only look at top players for the day. Let's say you're for today's type of lineup, looking at a tournament play. So you can see here, of course, that a lot of these guys are highly ranked on this site. You can change around, how far down the depth charts you want to go, because in order to obviously fit these superstars in here that we're showing, you got to get some guys that are not so much, at least not regularly, on the number one in the depth chart. So, we got 8 games slated tonight, and this is the 6th of February, so this will give you a good idea if you're watching within, a time frame here, just to show you and what to do and look for. Right now, though, even if you check my site, I'll just show you real quick, especially for this week. There's some pretty good even out slates this week that you'll be able to see here on wealthyfantasyfootball.com that it puts here some, cash game evaluation, so safe, value-based players based on these recommendations here. I just did this for you basically to look at the average dollar per point. So, for example, Giannis from the Bucks is costing you 240. For $1 basically, has given you um, 240 points per dollar. So that's the value of that's the current value that he's at. Now I put this, though customize it to be the last 10 games for all these players. So with LeBron that was shown, he's costing you $265.9 per point. And as you can see here, some of the better values are, for example, Kemba Walker, who had successfully played in the tournament last night, and Rudy Gobert from Utah. I didn't check to see how he did, but I was considering him, and so on. Some of these guys, like you would be a little bit surprised. Zach Randolph is not performing up to his value. It costs you $300 in your FanDuel lineups per point. So, and there's just, I just did one for every team that basically is getting the most usage or fantasy points per game. And so what you can do, of course, is look through and see how you can go through and look through some of these players and compare, really sort of one by one for each player. Because let's say you're comparing right now someone maybe at the same position, Adams to Capella. If you're considering both of these guys and want to decide between the two, well, obviously they both have good matchups, and their defensive opponent rank is good, 30th and 23rd versus the position. And so let's say you just, look at Capella's stat usage here real quick, just to show you here that he's currently, or more so on the season, really, it's the middle tab here, getting 20% usage rate offensively. He's getting about, you can see under the rebounds, about 23% of the rebounds when he's on the court, as well as the assists, 50%. No, assist percentage 7%. So if you can keep in mind those numbers in your head, or you can write them down. 20 for the major categories in basketball, 20% usage rate scoring, 23% rebounding, and 7%. So just keeping that in your head for a moment: 20, 23, and 7, and then come back here and compare the usage, at least, on Steven Adams, who has 17% offensive, so Capella is better offensively. 16, so they're right about the same in rebounds percentage. So let's see who would win, as his assist percentage is 5. So Capella, you're getting better numbers from right now, possibly better value, as this will actually tell us here, as at least in the last games or so that lately, according to this figure here, just waiting for it to load for a second. Let's go. There we go. $189 per point costing you with Capella. And then for Adams, just to compare, I bet you it's higher. Adams costing you $218 per point. And you can even look at it for the season. Adams $224 and Capella $223. So you could say and argue that they're going to fall back to their season average on year, but we're just looking at one game for tonight. You're looking at the most recent value, and even as I gave an example, for the best player, like these players not included in that, but I would choose based on this usage as well as the value, for a cash game lineup, even though they both have good matchups, going with Capella based on the usage to get you not only more points and peripherals as well, but you also may want to consider which game is higher off in the NBA money lines. So just checking that here, or the over-under it actually is, right? Let's see. I have based a lot of recent success my lineups off of this over-under number. So as we can see here, just trying to look for those two teams, the OKC and Houston, where they at here. So the Houston game, we're looking at 215. The OKC game, we're looking at 230. OKC may get a higher, at least according to Vegas. Well, let's look at it more specifically. Projected points, total. Let's just arrange it. This would be better than looking at the total game over-under. Projected points looking to be as if OKC would win out there at 120 compared to Houston's, if we're looking at pure scoring, right behind and not bad. So just looking at considering those factors, want to let you know about those and see how they, help you out. All right. Take care.